We weren't even going to podcast tonight, but because this episode was so explosive, we decided to come to you with a surprise Mon Won Monday episode. This is jury duty. Let's do it. I guess, first of all, welcome back, Gina.
Thank you.
Any thoughts on Jay's departure before we dive into current events?
I mean, it's like you guys were saying, because I did watch the episode that I was not a part of.
You did.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
But I truly still don't see why Jay was seen as such a super threat that we have to get out right now, like similarly to what you guys were saying. I don't see it. Sad to see them go because I was enjoying them, but
I was entertained. Yeah. Seems like a wasted HOH to me. And you want to go on about a big move, just wasn't it.
Right. And that was the thing is that Marty kept like stressing, I can't wait to make such a big move, but like I don't know why this was the one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that seed was just planted in Marty's mind that Jay was this huge target, this huge threat that he had to get out right away. And unfortunately, it just played out that way. You know, it's just I don't think there was any specific reason that Jay should have been this huge target last week, but it's just the way it happened. And now, unfortunately, they're gone. And I'm upset about it because I was a fan of Jay. I wanted to see Jay stick it out on the show for at least a while.
Yeah, I was excited to see like where their time in the game was going to take them. Like, because I could see down the line being a bigger threat, but it was too soon for them to really do anything. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And I guess as long as we are going back to Thursday, we finally do have Arisa's pictures. Okay. So we can assess it properly. This is what our queen was wearing. All gift wrap. Very, very cute. I gotta say, it's a hot.
I agree. Arisa has had some good looks already this season. It's very early. But
she's out here dazzling the masses. Gina's silent.
This one to me is fine.
Like
it's I don't know. This blue thing is giving me like, you know, those things they hand out at Sweet 16s, the like weird like boa thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
But you see, though, this came in what? Episode 5, right? This came in episode 5. Like, this is a solid episode 5 dress, I think. You know, this is, she dazzled us on premiere night. She's had some other good looks.
Wait, she's not mad about it, but like, so what are you giving it?
It's a fine. It's fine.
So it's lukewarm?
We're in the middle on this. I don't know.
Room temperature.
It's tepid.
All right. This didn't do it for you. Okay. I'm surprised. I was a big fan of this one, and I thought everyone would be too.
Trying to burst your bubble.
Yeah. No, you can consider my bubble burst. All right.
Can I ask a question since we're talking about Thursday still?
Sure we can.
Before we get off of this, did I miss this, or did Betty not get to open a door? She was the surviving house guest, right, on the block.
Yeah, Betty did not get to open a door.
Okay, so I didn't miss it.
No, maybe that's just not a thing. It
had been painted as if everyone was going to if they're the surviving member, but I guess it's just every so often. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of doors in there. I just assumed every week whoever survives the block gets to pick from from three doors, and we didn't see it. Wasn't even mentioned. So, all right.
Nice. Observant eye. Because we sure didn't discuss that on Thursday.
New.
Well, I was wondering if it was something we'd see at like the beginning of this episode, even like if they didn't have time on the last one or whatever, but
fair.
But we never got it. So sorry, Betty.
All right. Well, so Kyle has had a household.
Yeah.
And chaos ensues.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
I don't even know where to start here. Where's my phone? I had a few notes. You guys can go ahead. It's right in front of me. Oh my God.
I love that. Like even before we got into Kyle's HOH, he was already like stirring stuff up by being like, "Oh, by the way, I was one of those votes for Jay to stay."
The moment they walked back in, yeah.
Before he even won.
Yeah, I didn't understand what he was doing. It's like, what's going on here?
He is disgracing my name, I have to say. Just
disgracing
it.
Even after his explanation of why he came clean about it, I'm still like, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Like, I still don't really get it.
No. I get why Herman, I want to call him Herman so bad, but it's not correct. It's Herman. Correct. Herman. I understand why he threw the vote that direction. Like his reasoning made sense.
No, yeah. I mean, even I understand throwing the vote to blame it on Jess. That makes sense. What I didn't understand was, oh, well, since somebody else did it, now I can just come clean and I look like the golden boy. Like, why? No. What?
Right.
What do you mean?
Like you still threw a rogue vote and you just just told everyone.
Right.
He's a disaster. He is really a disaster. Well, speaking of Jess too, what do you think of this random conversation that that Jess and Kyle had? Like all of a sudden now they're like working together. Like I didn't even think anything of this conversation. I had kind of tuned out, and then I came back and was like, wait a minute. Now they're an alliance. Like
I don't quite understand why it worked on him. Like I don't know. There was nothing that they said that to me was like, yeah, this is obviously going to change Kyle's mind and going to make it. But all of a sudden he was like, no, I see Jess in a different light. Now I want to work with them and this. But I don't see where are you getting that from the conversation?
Yeah, there was nothing in that conversation that would have made me think Kyle would have like completely changed his mind on Jess, especially when he even said in that conversation to her, to them, he said that he sees Jess as a threat. You know, like he started the conversation off with that, and then by the end was like, "Oh, so you know what? You're right."
All right, so then maybe I didn't tune out. I just it was just missed it.
It was just a confusing conversation because Jess was being Jess, and for whatever reason, it happened to work this time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess happy I didn't miss anything. Question mark. JC Lynn, some smarts a little bit, right? I thought. You know, showing that she's already wondering if she's just a number for the guys on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this a good time to bring this up? This is a great time to bring this up. You know, this guy.
Yes.
Right. So we can talk about what JC Lynn's talking about. On the top right, you have the 6, where she is just one lady amongst all the men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no good. I could see why she's concerned. I don't know that she's part of anything else. Oh, well, the Honey Bunch.
Is that real though?
Yeah, I don't know if that's real.
I don't know. See,
like that sounded like a cute thing that they did when they first got in the house, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it, so I don't know.
No one's talked about it. But you know what's interesting about these silly things that I'd like to believe is interesting, is that if you start losing enough people in one of your other alliances, these little throwaway things all of a sudden become real, like for that person that's ousted.
Right.
So, and then you just never know how it's going to land. So,
but
worth exploring.
I'm wondering about this chart too, because the Honey Bunch, I only see 3 people there, right? Gino, JC Lynn, and Summer, but wasn't that was the first 4 in? Wasn't Josh? Didn't Josh name that? The Honey Bunch.
Let's see. This was
it was Josh.
today. This was just This is hot off the press, y'all.
Yeah.
This one is fresh today. Just posted a few hours ago. Thank you to Big Brother Junkie once again. Let's look at the Honey Bunch on this. Yes.
Josh.
So this is from the 10th now. Okay, this map here, and he was in the Honey Bunch, and it looks like something has occurred over the past 4 days. Where Josh has seen himself out.
It's just very interesting.
I just also am noticing this floating moose head. No alliance.
Now I'm confused.
About what now?
Because I'm looking at the 6, and I would assume that is just the 7 without Moose, right?
That's what I would have assumed too. But JC Lynn, was she always in the 7?
What I had the
think
7
she
as
was.
the 7 that I had was Kyle, Gino, Moose, Herman, Summer, Tanisha, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is confusing
I don't know.
to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. You know what? Let's go back to the 10th. Let's go back to the 10th. Because here's the 7. Say again.
Yeah, that's who I had.
That's what we had. Yeah. The Savage 7 is canceled, and now it's all about the 6.
But I assumed that the
only
6 was just the 7 without Moose, but
that's what I would have assumed.
You
but
see,
no.
this is
I
what
guess,
I'm.
but the 6 don't know that the 7 existed, so they didn't know that they were piggybacking off of something established. How dare they?
You see, I've been very confused, and I know we're only 6 episodes. Tonight was the 6th episode, right? We're only like 6 episodes in, but like I've been very confused by these alliances all season. To be honest, like
why is that?
It's not been clear to me. Like, I think we talked about this on the last podcast, Kyle. Like, what was the goal of the Savage 7 last week? Like, because it seemed like some of them were voting in different directions, but they were all doing the Savage 7 symbol. Like, it just seems.
Well, that's the problem.
It seems like they're
the Savage 7.
Like they're all over the place. These alliances. I don't know who's working with who. Really,
that's the thing. They all think that they don't know what they're doing. They're not really operating like an alliance, which is kind of what Herman said. Herman.
Yeah.
No, it is Herman. It's Herman, not Herman. That's what Herman said. Now I'm confusing myself. That's what Herman said when he was like, usually an alliance has a conversation with each other before they start making decisions. Yeah. So like, which could very well be why we only saw the 7 on the map from the 10th, and now on the 14th is completely disbanded, and the 6 have nothing to do with the 7.
Right.
Because they're just a disaster.
It's really been quite sloppy, it seems.
And this Smarty, I'd never heard anything like that.
Yeah.
I did not know this Summer had anything to do with Marty.
But
no,
it's really all over the place. It's so wild.
I don't even know where we were before this. It was that JC Lynn. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it was that JC Lynn.
Oh, right,
being kind of smart for knowing that. She's just a number for the guys. Yeah. Okay. All right. Kyle and Moose sort of know each other.
Oh yeah, from college, right?
No one seemed to care.
Yeah, I don't care either. I don't care.
It was so funny too because Kyle presented it like, I have something that I have to tell you right now, and everyone was like, "All right."
And I'm going to make sure I tell you first because I'm the more honest of the two of us.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I totally see what Chada meant when she was saying that Kyle was giving her Frenchie vibes.
Yeah.
You texted that, and then the immediate next scene, I was like, "Oh yeah." Yeah, there he is. Mm-hmm.
Right? It's such a disaster. So obviously we have to get into the Stephanie, Kyle, and Moose thing. Okay?
Oh God.
Yes, because that was just wild. That was wild.
Yes.
I can't wait to rewatch this.
I know.
It was
there was
just
so much
tense.
to dig in.
There was. I'm sure Kyle never imagined that Stephanie was going to charge right on over to Moose and pull him.
She wasted no time.
Yeah.
She was like, "I'm sorry, you said Moose? Hold on."
Yeah. Moose, where's Moose? Where's Moose? Come here.
He goes, this food is in the pan. I don't care. I don't care about the food. Come up to HOH.
Oh man.
A thug. All right. Yeah. I like Stephanie. I like her. I have mixed feelings for this whole conversation. The only one I felt like that came out of this looking good, in my opinion, was Stephanie. Because she just wanted to address the entire thing head on.
Yeah.
Moose, you did say Stephanie. And Kyle, you did say Stephanie.
And that was the piece of it because I wrote down, how is Kyle not getting shit on right now? Like, it was very like, Moose, Stephanie. Kyle was straight up the one that was like, and he said that, and she said that. And they were like, who told you that? Who told you that? I was like, he's sitting right there. He told you that. Why is nobody mad at Kyle?
Yes. And then the fact that Moose did not in that moment throw Kyle under the bus, even though Kyle so clearly threw him under the bus.
Right.
And he still kind of crafted this argument to protect Kyle. And then just to add insult to injury, Kyle then now slams Moose to everyone else as a reason to distrust him because he was speaking in a manner that protected the two of them.
Right.
And I think Moose I think Moose even said to Steph at one point, like, all right, give me one name of one person that said that I was throwing your name under the bus. And she couldn't do it. And Kyle was sitting right there.
Yes.
And Kyle was the one who said it. I was like, how was nobody mad at Kyle?
I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get that.
If I was Moose, I would have been like, Kyle, what the hell, bro? Like,
right.
Like,
what the hell was that?
And then Kyle going on and on, like, Moose is giving this award-winning performance. Oh, I don't know about Moose. He's doing this to protect himself and you. You guys are in the same alliance.
Yes, like, to protect you from a situation
I don't know how I can
created.
trust this. I don't know how I can ever trust this man again after he's making up this lie that's going to not tank my game and protect me moving forward. How am I ever supposed to trust him?
I could not believe what I was listening to.
Unreal.
And then did you hear Summer though when she said, "Oh, do you think that maybe he was saying this trying to protect you?"
That's right.
Like, she did say that, which I liked.
Summer, the only one with a brain.
Yeah, and because also most people don't speak up in these situations; they just sit there and they just kind of let this person just take all this heat. So, like, I thought that was cool too.
I love Summer. We've said it over and over again lately, but I love Summer.
We stand Summer. We stand Summer. Yeah, no, we do. Is Gina not agree? She's just like, okay.
Oh no, I agree.
She's like,
I said
whatever.
before, I said in our first impression, Summer is either going to be the best person I've ever seen or the worst, and I'm glad that we are liking her because she could have been bad.
Yeah, they're gonna really like backfired. Also, this Wendy's thing, I didn't know that was happening every week. Like,
right, just Wendy's on Wendy's on Wendy's.
Yeah, like, okay, great.
I thought it was a special thing for that one HOH.
Yes, that one, like, it was like the premiere, event.
Yeah.
No, Wendy's is just in the house. Speaking of sponsorships, this Winners that is a part of the Winners package, apparently, according to Hey Julie, Winners is for losers.
What does that mean?
Danny said the place sucks. and like they were talking about how it's like it's not a great store, the clothes are garbage. She puts it on like the same plane as like TJ Maxx. And she's like, listen,
oh no.
She goes, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with TJ Maxx. She goes, I shop there. She goes, but you're trying to present this as some kind of an elevated thing for the grand prize. And she's like, it's just not that.
Oh no!
Yeah, so I just thought that was
like, wow, fancy new wardrobe.
Yes, because they put those beautiful black bags. Yeah, and I meant to mention this the other night, but I forgot. So good.
Oh no!
I remembered. Yay! Okay, can I share with you what really upset me about this episode?
Yes.
Because I'm in like a Big Brother rabbit hole. Like after I went on my Australian Survivor detour, it's just been Big Brother nonstop. Between Canada 10, Canada 2, and Australia 12, I'm just like all over the place. And I could not believe that tonight, when I just got down to the final 5, I now had the Big Brother season 2 winners spoiled. I was laying there, I was like, oh no! And I was like, and then you couldn't like unsee it.
Wow.
Right,
I was
right,
like,
right. And then they said it like 5 more times after that.
So many times, like, really drive it in.
No.
Because like the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, well, they just said legends. Maybe they just said legends.
Right.
And then it came up on the bottom, like season 2 winner. And I was like,
and then Kyle kept running around the house like, the winner of season 2, blah, 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 winner. And I was like, oh no.
And I was like, okay, all right, thank you.
Sorry,
especially because like I had already, when you accidentally stumble upon something like forever ago, and you go, oh, I hope I forget this by the time I get to actually watch it. Right. So months ago, I had accidentally read the winner of BB Can 1.
Okay.
Right. But I said, it doesn't matter. I will forget it.
Right.
But because you're remembering to forget it, you're reminding yourself of it constantly. So I already knew who won going into this one. So when I started 2, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Perfect. Now I'm finally going to get to watch a BB Can that I don't know, that I can binge, and it's still a mystery. And then tonight, spoiled.
Well, I mean, if this Wendy's thing has anything to say about it, I have a feeling we're gonna know who all the winners are by the
Yeah,
end of the
and
next couple months.
that could just be a thing, and then like
at least
fuck.
at least you'll be surprised for the BB Can 10 winner.
I guess, because that means I'm just gonna get spoiled every fucking week.
And you know,
oh
let's just say it like it is. At least it wasn't John, you know?
no!
Oh man.
Usually, usually it's me. Oh,
Listen,
it's so much more
I
fun
saw a
than it was
chance.
you.
I took it, you know?
Listen, if somebody leaves the door swinging wide open, who are you to walk past it?
Yeah.
You got to go through. Sorry, man.
I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
That's what Gina had to say also. That's what she got spoiled. Okay.
Damn.
Not this
Okay.
happy dance.
I know.
Not
It's
the
just,
happy dance.
It's just that it was right there. It was right there.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right. Wow, we did everything that was on my list.
Oh no.
No, I think that's good. It's great. We did it all.
Yeah.
Oh well, we didn't discuss Kyle's great disappointment, and by Kyle I mean you, of who ended up winning Canada's vote for safety for the week.
Oh.
Okay. Now, also, I did not know that this was going to end as quickly as it did. My plan was to post a new plea on the socials for my vote for the Be Direct Eviction Protection Insurance. I was really excited to do that. So I'm disappointed about that because I had already read on the socials that it was over. I saw that somebody else won, and it was an incorrect tweet. The incorrect tweet.
Yeah.
Who did they say won?
They said Kevin won.
Oh.
Which I actually thought was interesting for multiple reasons. Like, you know, he's kind of a jerk, but he's clearly going to be performing as an agitator. So I thought we were kind of getting a pulse of Canada. You know, how Canada likes to see this game played. I was intrigued by that selection. It's not who I would have lobbied for, but okay, I was on board.
Right.
But Marty, that doesn't excite me.
I heard you in my brain, and then 2 seconds later, I just heard that. I don't think that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think that's interesting.
It's not. Oh, it's not interesting at all.
Like, and it's not even like uninteresting in like a predictable way. It's just
like no one was looking at Marty.
Yes, it's just what a waste. Why even have it?
Yeah.
There was no reason to even bring the lights
Marty
down
was not in danger.
No,
right.
we didn't need to have everybody gathered here. You could have just slipped that little note under the door and just called it a day.
But it's also then like the way that I was laughing so hard because they called Summer into the diary room and I was like, oh, they gave it to Summer. No, they just made Summer read out loud that they did not vote for her.
Right.
You know, I had a different take on that. And I actually had a very positive spin for why they selected Summer.
Okay.
I felt it was because the socials erupted over her standout performance. Oh, you didn't watch the episodes yet. She was a fantastic.
I heard you talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the socials were really blowing up. So I thought that just having her read something extra was them just knowing the pulse of the fan base. And I was like, oh, that makes sense that they chose Summer. That's very nice.
Right.
I just laughed because they called her in and I was like, oh, they gave it to Summer. And then she was like, someone won safety. It is not me.
And that's probably what she thought when she was sitting in there too. She's like, oh my gosh, this must have something to do with me.
I want something.
Yeah.
Wow, how exciting. No, I just get to read that someone else won something.
Right.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Well, I hope that we get this again at some point. This safety thing where we get to vote.
We're gonna get more stuff,
right?
Well, I mean, you guys have said that like Canada is big on voting, like the country voting for perks and whatever.
Getting the people involved, right? I just, if Betty was HOH, Marty getting safety would have been interesting. But come on, this is not interesting. Come on, we could have done better than this.
Boo. That's all right. It's just like when it's Canada has been voting, and some Americans.
Canada
I was voting,
and us.
Because I was voting during the stream.
Yeah.
Well. So, all right. So who do we have on the block? The initial noms are Stephanie and Moose
Yay!
That's
We
right.
already knew about Stephanie, although I kind of thought that maybe she could have weaseled herself out of that a little bit, just from that.
I thought
explosive-
maybe she wasn't going to end up on the block because
That's
of the way
kind of
that
what
whole
I
fight
thought
went down.
too. I was still a little surprised that it was her.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I feel like Kyle was just such a mess, though. Like,
Oh yeah.
he was thinking about Stephanie, and then Moose got into his brain, and then it was like, who else do I pick? I feel like he probably didn't know what else to do. Like
No, and I got to tell you, okay, so there were some people that did not like all of his campaigning against Moose. All right, like Summer was pretty vocal about not being down about that. I think we saw some head shaking from Tanisha.
Yeah.
And
Her
I just
mom
wonder,
was not about it at all.
Her mom was not about it.
Right.
So I wonder where that's going to now leave him when he's not in control next week. Because he can't play. He doesn't.
Well, I mean, even if that conversation between Herman and Gina was any indication, I think he's in big trouble.
Yeah. Oh, yes, because they had that conversation in that phone room.
About how they're going to deflect, because I think it is safe to say that Moose is going to probably blow up the alliance. I don't see why he wouldn't.
Right.
And if he does that, then Kyle certainly he doesn't.
It makes everybody look bad.
Of the 6, yeah, the 6 is gone. I think,
but then it also makes them look shady, because then it throws everybody under the bus. They were all hiding this big alliance against everybody. So that's why Herman was so stressed out, because then he's going to have to course correct and be like, no, yeah, I was in this alliance, but this,
Yeah.
it can get dicey for them.
It could get dicey, but couldn't it also not, if you were just completely just honest about the entire thing? Like, Canadians seem to play a little bit differently than us Americans. They play a little bit less emotionally. And I could see a path where you could say, listen, that's the game. This was the game. This just got blown up. We can work together.
You would never see that on our Big Brother, but sure.
No, you would never. But
Right.
You could see it here. I've seen it in 1 and 2, which is what makes it so much more interesting than ours, honestly. People actually play it like a game.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll be cool with you for these next 2 votes, but after that we're done. And they're like,
Right.
yeah, gotcha. All right.
Right.
Yeah, it's a whole different environment. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed for a situation like that. That maybe it won't require as much backpedaling.
Yeah.
As long as people can be convincing enough that they're done with whatever it was. But I think that if you're just on board and you actually vote Kyle out, it could be a beautiful way to realign everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. I already know. We don't even know how the rest of this week is going to, play out, but I already know who I want to be the next HOH.
Unfortunately, I know who wins veto.
Oh, really?
I don't know what happens after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did stumble across the veto winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I have not been doing well with feeds on this
I
season,
know.
so I don't know anything.
Regardless of how the rest of this week shakes out, I totally want to see Summer be the next HOH.
I want to see Summer be the next HOH. And there's a couple of people I wouldn't mind seeing as HOH.
Yeah.
I'm actually rather interested in the Jess HOH.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
I
think
just feel
they'd
like,
really shake it
it
up.
could be so messy though. Oh.
It could.
I feel
It
like
might-
they're kind of
might
all
be
over
fun.
the place.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it's fun, but I don't think it would be a good HOH. I don't know if we can handle a messy HOH after a messy HOH.
I think it depends on what your definition of good is.
Yeah.
But 2 messy HOHs in a row,
I
I
think
don't
it
know
will
about
be
that.
an ineffective HOH, but it will be an entertaining, fun podcasting.
Sure.
Right.
It would certainly call for another Mon Won Monday.
Oh no.
Yeah, Jess will give it to us. I'm actually interested in the Kevin HOH too.
I am.
Oh boy.
I'd be interested to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yikes is right. And boy, would it be fun. And of course, Helena. We saw none of her tonight.
My girl.
We saw no Helena.
I missed her.
Boo hiss. You got some Helena in the last 2, so you should go back.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I love
Helena had
Helena.
some real shining moments.
I love Helena.
She might be a klutz, but she's not stupid. She talks about being this walking, talking disaster. It's not because she's an idiot.
Oh, she's
Mhm.
very
Just
smart.
because she's klutzy. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think you'll like Helena even more.
Yeah.
If you watch them. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to
We
backtrack.
stand Helena as well. We do.
Yeah.
We like her.
Definitely agree.
Oh shoot. Was there something else to do?
I don't know.
Oh. Do you want to be spoiled? No, you don't have to be spoiled. You don't have to be spoiled.
We can. I mean,
You don't have to.
it's not up
You
to
don't
me.
have to be. You don't have to be.
I don't know. I kind of.
No. What?
I kind of want to be spoiled.
Oh, you kind of. I keep reaching for this because I just want to play with it. Yeah, you want to be spoiled?
I don't know, Gina. Do you want to be spoiled?
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'm always a live feeder. I'm always spoiled.
What are we spoiling right now?
The only thing I know that you don't know
The
is
veto
who wins
win?
veto. Yeah.
I mean, it could be fun to talk about for a couple minutes.
All right.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't want to mess it up for you.
Just letting everybody know. Fair warning. We're talking spoilers.
This is it.
In
30
5,
minutes in.
4, 3,
Spoilers.
2, 1.
Veto winner, Moose.
Wow!
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
No.
man! I gotta be
Hey,
honest
so-
though. I love it. I love it. What is that?
Yes,
three
I love it
weeks
That's
in a
too.
row?
honestly exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
So-
I love
And that's
it too.
Is that 3 weeks in a row, right? Where somebody on the block won the veto,
Mhm. Yep.
right? Jess first,
Really.
JC
Yes.
Lynn, now Moose.
Listen, right. Okay.
That's exciting.
Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody just joined us.
Oh, really?
We're already talking spoilers. If you don't want to know who wins veto, bounce out. All right. Thanks for staying. So Moose wins. Which means then, who does Kyle put up?
Oh,
Do you
boy.
know or you don't know?
No, this I don't know, and this is
Okay.
it's just fun to speculate now.
I don't know, but
Um,
that is Kyle's worst case scenario. I
Oh
feel
my
like.
God, what
Isn't
happens
it? Isn't
now?
it? My gosh, I know. We can go back to the map if you want to have a look, see at some faces. I don't know what we get now. Do we get Betty?
Might.
Because she's been there before.
I could see it, which I don't like. I don't want to see Betty go up, but
I don't want to see Betty go up either. Because
I
it's
could
Betty
see-
and Stephanie. Honestly, in that scenario, I think Stephanie would leave us. People really
Wow,
like
I have
Betty.
no idea who he would put up.
Right. There's almost no way to know because like everything was so messy to point.
So chaotic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And
it's
that's
a-
what's tricky because at this point, I don't know that I want to be on BB Twitter. I almost because that's so interesting to me just to know that little bit and know nothing else.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't wait to see what he does. And I can't wait to see what they edit in. But does that mean I'm going to stay off the feeds and off Twitter for 2 days? I don't know.
It's a big sacrifice.
It is. That's a huge sacrifice. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know. I'll have to pray on it. So that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Wow,
You know?
wow.
It's exciting. Though.
Oh,
I'm
it's
glad.
thrilling.
I am
Oh,
glad
it's
to know that. Yeah.
So
Alrighty.
Gina, did you watch the whole podcast?
I did.
What did you think about some of these people coming on to the Challenge CBS?
Yeah.
See, I had like just seen all of the tweets right before I listened to it. Is it
Nice.
speculative or is that the cast?
No, well, see, it was speculative on Thursday. Now it seems pretty much like that's it. I have read that Christmas is no longer a part of the festivities.
Amazing. That is
Thank
exactly what I
goodness.
would like to
Amazing.
hear.
And that
I
is
was
also-
not happy to see her face on there.
No one was, and even Chada was like, "Oh, this is because she didn't want to see me in a hall brawl." It's like Chada, you're not even on it. Like,
almost
she's
just
still.
It would have been, I mean, unless like she was speculation and then it ended up not being true, but like I would have been shocked to see CBS willingly put her on something else given the way that everything played out in All Stars, the way that
Right.
the fan base responded to it, just the way that she
and then the
behaved.
inclusion of the cookout and what they stood for.
Correct.
Yeah, very, very messy on CBS's part to put her in there.
Especially because if memory serves, was I want to say that like what went down in All Stars is the reason why CBS made that statement of like we need to commit to more inclusive casting. Wasn't that because of All Stars?
Well, it was that and BLM. Because after BLM erupted, Arisa Cox is really in BB Can in this world is who said that it would be 50% and then 50%. They said it first. So
It just in my mind it
CBS
came
just
right
jumped
on the
on.
heels of all of the Bailey Christmas drama, but I don't remember if I'm right on that
Yes.
timeline.
I think probably all cumulative, honestly.
Yeah.
It's because BB Can 9 said it first, and then everything kind of like snowballed.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I'm glad to see her no longer included.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm excited about this cast. I'm very excited.
What else? You were going to say something else and then I cut you off because I got excited that Christmas won't be there anymore.
I don't remember.
Did someone else change? Or do we know her replacement?
No.
I did see. I told Kyle about this. I saw on Reddit somewhere that it looks like TJ is supposed to host this version of it too. But I'm having trouble finding like real confirmation on it. But
Right.
I think it'd be really, really disrespectful if he's not. I mean,
agree.
he has been the host of the challenge. I mean, it is his show.
Oh, absolutely.
It is just as egregious, if not more so, than like removing Julie Chen.
Yeah.
Like these are these
I
people.
am a little surprised that we're not like because I understand that it's not MTV's version of it, but I am surprised that we're not seeing some of the people from Big Brother or Survivor who were also on the past challenge seasons. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm even surprised that you're not seeing
Josh
some people from MTV also. I mean, because
Me too.
that is where this came from.
Because nobody on this is a returning player, right?
No.
It's all new people.
I've thought about that because like we follow all of these people from the challenge on their socials and stuff. Like, how does somebody like a Tori feel about not being a part of this? You know, like I don't know.
But even just the people that we've seen from Big Brother, Josh, Casey, Fessy, like the whole crew of people that came from the most recent seasons of Big Brother, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Especially when there's 6 people from the most recent Big Brother season?
Yes,
7?
and especially since you're also including Angela, who also
who was on the same season as Fessy.
Right. And Casey.
Are they? Yeah. Do you think they're trying to set this up where like we're gonna get this version of the challenge, and then like the next time we get the challenge with all these other people, they'll integrate this crew in. It'll be like almost like a challenge versus challenge, but like I don't know,
maybe.
like
CBS versus MTV.
Yeah, like some kind of weird showdown like that. I don't know.
If they did, I'd watch. There's no version of this show that I wouldn't watch. So
Sure.
Yeah, honestly, bring it all on.
Yeah.
I don't care. You can make anybody face anyone. I'll be there.
Right.
Just love the challenge.
I was a little like we all loved this past season of Big Brother. I was looking at it like, how many people from the same season are we just going to stick on another show altogether? Like, it just feels kind of lame to me. I like all of the people that we're getting, but
I agree,
why?
Except when I looked further, did you see how many people are coming from Love Island 3?
Yeah.
Like, it seems like that's just kind of
it feels like there's just like 2 shows that they're like, here's all these people from these 2 shows and then someone else. I don't know.
Yeah, smattering of Survivor, a smattering of there's a
throw
good chunk
David
of
in there, like
there's a couple of Amazing Racers.
Right.
Throw David in for good measure. Like
Shan's there. Shan's coming.
It feels like they want to have like these built-in alliances already.
Yeah. Yeah, they want the game kind of like set up. And I feel like your Survivors, your Amazing Racers, and your there's another group of little X on the Beachers. There's a couple of them, like 1 or 2. I feel like those people like your others.
It made me laugh that it was like the cookout, but not really, because there's only like 1 or 2 people from the cookout that aren't gonna be on it.
Right. It's only Chada and DF that are not.
Right.
Yeah. We just traded in for the better Derek.
Right.
Sorry. Well, I'm excited.
Love you, DF. Sorry. But all right. Yeah, that's that.
All right.
Did anybody watch Survivor? Anybody watch Survivor yet?
I didn't watch it yet.
Nobody gives a crap. Wow.
I mean, if you guys watched it already, feel free to discuss. I'll learn about it real time.
John fell asleep and then like woke up and watched half of it and then fell back asleep. Still hasn't watched it. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't even remember it well enough to talk about it. I just knew I could bring it up and sass y'all.
No, I have to get on that. I'll be caught up for this Wednesday. This Wednesday's episode.
Oh, I mean, we're not live Wednesday.
Well, not that we're live, but I mean for the next episode of
just wanna make
Survivor,
sure. Okay,
I'll be
yeah.
caught up. I'll be caught up for the show.
I don't want anybody counting on Mon One Monday either. It's truly going to be a Mon One sensation.
No, it's a very special thing. It's a very special thing.
Not every Monday, the Mon One.
Okay.
Thank you. And with that, I guess we're out of here.
Yeah.
Right? Unless you have anything else. Anybody watch anything else that they want to share?
I don't think so.
I'm watching Big Brother Australia 12, and I spoiled the winner for myself. I was just sitting back marveling at how wonderful I think Big Brother is as like a franchise. And I was on Wikipedia and I was just scrolling down. I was like, look at all of the countries. I was like really high. I'm like, look at all the countries. It's just the best show in the world. It's just the best.
Oh God.
And I was like, Big Brother Australia, right? I love it. I was like, how many seasons? I'm like, the winner? Oh no! And I was like, why did I do that? So I'm just really upset.
Oh God!
So
winner's just getting spoiled. Yeah,
I know. I just
left and right.
I got spoiled in 2 different seasons in 2 different
countries
from 2 different years within 24 hours.
Yeah,
sucks.
Yeah,
but I will say, Big Brother Australia, while we're on it, is a hoot. And it feels like a blend of like Big Brother and Survivor, which I'm really very much enjoying. The episode opens with like a household task, and it's something that they have to do to win like goodies for the house, like grocery money. So they're on rations. Okay, they're on rations, and they have to earn their money. So there's a lot of fighting, especially around people who want tea and things like that, and people thinking that's a frivolous expense. You know, lots of fun things happening around that and around money. What else is very exciting? So they have a nomination competition. It's not a head of household. Okay, there's no HOH room. There's nothing like that. There is no veto. Okay, there's no veto. So whoever wins the competition immediately goes to the diary room. Okay, they're still patting the sweat. Off they go, and they nominate 3 people for eviction rather, 3. Okay, then they just scramble and they vote that night. That's it. That's all the time you get.
Wow.
So that night they go in there and now this host, whatever her name is, she meddles just as much as JLP from Australian Survivor. She's asking questions. She's pissing people off. She's like, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? People get really mad. Some of these ceremonies are like explosive. And then everyone in the house, including the 3 nominated for eviction, vote. The only person not voting is not the HOH, but the winner of the nomination competition.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. The 3 nominees makes every vote interesting. The fact that they're voting too is interesting.
Yeah.
When everyone from one side of the house is on the block, it's interesting to see how they all vote for each other. That's very interesting. Very interesting to see what everyone thinks of each other and how they rate each other. Yeah, very fun.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Definitely want to check that out.
Talks to them a lot, like has open conversations with them, ask them questions in the diary room. Like Big Brother is like a person.
Right.
It's very fun.
Huh.
1 out of 1.
Australia, you said?
This is Australia. Yeah, you'll find it on Paramount Plus, just under Big Brother. It's just the Big Brother eye with like lots of pinks and purple and blues around it. It's very pretty. That's what drew me to it. Aside from the fact that it said Big Brother.
Right.
I was like, what is this? What is this? It's like some kind of knockoff parody movie or something stupid. And I was like, what do you mean season 12? So what the hell is this? And when I found out it was Australia, I texted Tommy right away. I was like, oh my God, because we love Australia.
Sure.
Yeah. It's our favorite country for reality
Australia's
TV.
great. Yeah, Australia's great.
They do it well. They do it well. Although, I mean, we still stand Canada. Ironically, Americans do it the worst, which also not surprising.
Yeah.
But all right, I guess that's all I got.
Yeah.
Unless anybody
Yeah, I
has
think so,
anything
too.
else. Is that it? For the benefit of the community. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us. It was a good time. Goodbye.